Tonight's theme, friends, must necessarily be a serious one. When we discuss yoga, we are discussing life. We are discussing the unfolding of life. We are discussing the growth process inherent in the living earth, in the wonders of the solar system, in the vast and unpredictable benediction of the cosmos. It is all the manifestation of a great dance, a dance that is rooted in joy. The one being becomes the many. The one being rejoices in the many. The one being passes through many phases, through nature to eternity. The one being is the manifest organism in innumerable forms, vast forms, tiny forms, infinitesimal forms, and the fathomless universe itself. Life is this great dance, this great flow, which has its own rhythm, its own music, its own poetry, its own visual and intuitional beauty. We are part of that flow. As life unfolds, ascends, and remanifests. There are many, many seasons. These seasons are inevitable. In the earth itself, throughout the surface, there is the phenomena of the coming and the going, of fruitfulness, of the period of recession, the period of contraction, the period of rest and rephasing. This is life. We are life. All is life. There is no death. There is no such thing as death. There is diminution, there is solace, there is sleep, there is dream, there is awakening, there is renewal, there is resurrection, there is the movement towards eternity, and there is the returning to the bosom of the earth. That we, the human entity, may sow new seed, begin new life, uncover new treasures, experience new fruitfulness, pass through many challenges, face many trials, overcome many obstacles, encounter joy, grief, the wonder of it all, the deep sleep that is not death, and the exaltation that is never final, but always the gateway to something further, something greater, something ever vaster, more real, more true, more fundamental, There is no ending. There is only an ongoing. There is only a progression, which is yet affected by seasons. This is inevitable. The seasons exist within the solar system, within the universe itself. The seasons exist over the face of the earth. The seasons exist within our own being. Constantly within the human organism, there is that flow of life, which is identifiable as the death of the old and the birth of the new. If it be true that our brain cells are dying constantly, all the time, as they are, it is also true that in the human being, at our level of evolution, only a fraction of the brain is employed at our present level of consciousness. The rest, the greater part, very much the greater part, awaits a new awakening, a new becoming. So although the brain cells may be dying, as other cells in our corporeal nature are constantly dying, there is this potential within the brain, reflecting the life potential inherent in consciousness, that life may come again, will come again, may be renewed, may be vastly awakened in the here and now. This is the function of yoga. This is the purpose of the human journey. This is the major factor in discipleship. Consciously or unconsciously, every human creature is called upon to ascend into discipleship. A straight way, the way of the sadhu. It is all a journey. It is all a dance. It is all a coming and a becoming. But there is no death. There is transition. There is a journey. There is a trauma. But in a general sense, the greater trauma is the trauma of birth. The trauma of death can be, should be, very frequently is, a gentle passing, but always a transition from the lesser to the greater, from the relative to the more true. Death is birth. Death is an ascent through the great gate that leads to the fulfillment of our potential. This is true in every way and on every level. It is true as we function, as we relate, as we enjoy or sorrow in the course of our everyday existence, that there must be dying, just as there is awakening. If we really die, if we truly die, then we are ever becoming. We are always renewed. That renewal is never a recession. That renewal is always an advance, an expansion, an increase, an intensification. If we are dying, truly dying, we are claiming our destiny. We are ascending to our deeper truth. There comes a time when with all of us there must be an ending of the physical. That is not death. Death has no dominion. Death is a shedding. Death is a diminution, physically only, not in any other sense. It is indeed a truth we all need to know. A truth, I suspect, we all of us have the capacity to intuit. That beyond our physical existence, there is our supramental level, that which awaits a richer fulfillment, that which is a phase of rest and preparation for new birth, new becoming, new advance, a new journey. When we die, physically, we do not die, we come alive. It is the fact of our physical existence that we have not yet gained the insight, the adjustment, the integration that will enable us to live fully, truly, radiantly, in the earthly sense. Not yet. It will come. Humankind has prodigious potential. The old shadows will fall away. There will be a new age. There will be a fulfillment vaster, more unimaginable than anything that has yet captured the imagination of humankind, except for the insights of the rishis, the seers, the true prophets. Because of this, because the rishis, the seers, the prophets, speak from the level of life that is undiminished and cannot end. For this reason, they affirm perpetually, eternally. Some might think very unrealistically, and yet they affirm and fearlessly that there is no death, that life is ever a renewal. just as we claim the right of birth, just as we have claimed that right of birth, we are here and now, so too, equally, we must treasure the right of the passing, the right of so-called physical death. This fact of death, of our physical death, is not a thing for lamentation. The one who dies has been called beyond. The one who dies is obliged to let go. Those who remain must also let go. The one who dies is bound by powers of memory, samskaras, emotional forces, to those who remain. The one who dies must let go, is compelled to let go, but those who remain must also let go. They must allow the echoes of memory, the echoes of sadness, the echoes of sorrow and suffering to fade quickly. Such echoes are not helpful to the one who has gone beyond. They are in fact only a disturbance. All of this means there is a challenge, there is an obstacle, there is an overcoming, there is a potential that must be realized. The one who has gone beyond does not need our sorrow. Our sorrow is for ourselves, and we must not cling to our sorrow. Let it happen. Let it too rise and fall. Let it too have its moment and then pass. The one who has entered the new life, entered the new phase, has tremendous potentiality. There will be a time of readjustment. There will be a phase of fear, because uncertainty will be there for a little while. It will go. It will go quickly. And the fear that comes will tend to be a fear of a light that has never yet been experienced. The entry into that light potential awaits every soul. Within that light, there is indescribable, immeasurable compassion. Within that light there is all power, all strength, all restoration, all upliftment. Within that light there is the beginning of the foundation stone that will lead ultimately to resurrection in every sense and on every level. Within that light to which the soul needs to adjust. There are the relevant manifestations of benign consciousness. There are the guides, there are the true friends, there are the masters. This is now a time of opportunity, a time for amazing growth, a time when all potentiality will be revealed, will be discovered, and all of past life will be evaluated in the light of that potentiality, possibly unfulfilled, indeed probably unfulfilled. But the time will come again when the soul has gathered strength, when it has been nurtured, given power by the light to go forth again, meet the challenge, enter the earth, be a new seed, bearing new fruitfulness. All is a process of coming and becoming. All is subject to the seasons. The fruitfulness will happen, the winter will come. The barren phase will assert itself. Then will be the long period of restoration, regeneration, the coming of the new, the secret growth, the hidden truth, unfolding itself on the subtle level, in the deeper way. So, there need be no fear. There need be no clinging to inevitability. There must be a letting go. Death must happen in more than one way. Those who remain must allow the passing to occur, must themselves die to the event, must themselves accept that what appears as death is a rephasing, a regeneration, an entry into a new light. This is always the phase when potentiality unfolds, reaches its most intense. This is the time when all knowledge the soul requires is bestowed readily, easily. This is the phase when all questing shall reach a fulfillment. This is the phase of a crowning truth. The awakened soul that has reached beyond is soon sure to find that death is not, that all is life, that the light of wisdom and the all-sustaining compassion that moves the universe is the only truth. And that wisdom, that compassion, inherent in which is all joy, and in response to which the manifest universe undertakes its limitless dance. That compassion awaits all of us. That radiance is our potentiality. That fulfillment is the vastness into which we shall all be born and made anew before again we make the great return. So let me say again, friends, when death occurs, when we find it has happened among us, we too must die in the sense that we relinquish the undue echoes of our own sorrows. We too must look up. We too must advance in the power of the light. We too must experience the regeneration on our level. The great ones have extended a welcoming hand to an old friend. This is not an occasion for sorrow. If we too can acknowledge death, then death for us also can be a rebirthing.